Representative Ward will please deliver the remarks on behalf of the Minority Caucus. Aloha.
Was that my voice, or did you hear my speaker on? Am I on? Can you hear me okay? Okay, I'm not on. I will continue and adjust my volume accordingly. Do you hear me now? I do not work for a phone company. Welcome to the People's House, your House of Representatives, the place I like to call the marketplace of ideas, because this session we're going to have a lot of ideas. So, Mr. Chairman, Governor Abercrombie, Lieutenant Governor Schatz, Chief Justice Rechtenwall, fellow Supreme Court Justices, former Governors Ariyoshi, George Ariyoshi and his wife, John Waihee, Ben Cayetano, and Linda Lingle, thank you for spending your valuable time with us today. County mayors and county councilmen, members of the Councilor Corps, special corporate and university guests, ladies and gentlemen, and great people of the great state of Hawaii. Mahalo nui loa for your being here, taking your valuable time to come to what is probably one of the most important first days of the session, because this is when the business of by and for the people begins, and we will begin today. I'm very confident of that. Today marks a very critical juncture in our history. We have an $800 million deficit that was mentioned earlier. We have jobs to create. We have an economy to turn around, and we have a new system of educational governance to establish, and a host of other issues, a whole lot of issues to do. It's going to be very busy, it's going to be very intense, but I am very, very confident. It's going to be positive, it's going to be productive, and it's going to work out okay. Kahu, thank you for your encouragement for that. But like my counterpart in the majority, I too want to acknowledge 3 new partners who are going to make this session work well. Allow me a moment to introduce the members of the Freshman Caucus on the Republican side, almost equal to the numbers on the Democratic side, for the first time in a long, long time. Without further ado, I'm proud to recognize the addition of Representative George Fontaine from Maui, retired police captain who has the passion, expertise, and 25 years of experience in public safety, law, and justice. Please acknowledge it. He's also the tallest member of the caucus. Also new to the caucus is a graduate of Yale University, a former member of the White House staff and U.S. Mint, and he's returning home after graduating from Honolulu High School. And he doesn't want me to say this, but he was the former state debate champion, and we expect a lot of good discussion here from Representative Aaron Johansson. Aaron, please stand to be recognized. Our next new member answers to the moniker, Keep the Country Country. Big enough hint? He's from the North Shore, widely known for his work in keeping the country country, and he, with a group of others, actually took on the Supreme Court with an outdated EIS and actually ended up winning. Please welcome Representative Gil Riviere. Gil? Mr. Chairman, I introduced those people not just so the public and our members can know, but because with the other 5 senior members, the veterans, we represent collectively the majority of the legislature in the country of the USA and the 250,000 of the residents that are here. And not only that, Mr. Speaker, the core values that are in the majority of the legislatures as well as the U.S. Congress. So, Mr. Speaker, I say that with pride, but I say it also with the note of what are our core values? What are we going to speak on the floor here about our core values of our Team 8? First, we will speak out loud and clear not to raise taxes, particularly the GET tax. Second, we will be the watchdogs for fiscal discipline and controlling government spending. Thirdly, we will work tirelessly to create a better environment for our local small businesses to thrive as well as create new jobs. Fourth, we will insist on more open and accountable government, and especially when it comes to finances and education. And lastly, we'll speak out loud and clear on this floor about educational excellence and stimulating and accelerating student learning in the Aloha State. Okay, let's look at the first core value, no new taxes. You've heard that one before, Mr. Chair. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be submitting legislation that requires a supermajority to increase your taxes and your fees before anything can pass this House. We'll also have fiscal notes where you will have a price tag on everything that it's going to cost you for every piece of legislation that we are going to pass. Those are things that are long overdue. It's commonsensical. That's going to be part of our legislative package. Mr. Speaker, I also, in both acknowledging what you and Governor Abercrombie have mentioned, you will not raise the GT tax. Thank you for coming out loudly. Thank you for coming out early in that commitment, Governor. I appreciate that. However, Governor Abercrombie has said or implied that he would not furlough government workers or send prisoners to the mainland or cut back on invasive species or other government workers or withhold or delay income tax refunds, just to name a few of the hard, tough issues that's going up on the 5th floor for decisions. While promises made should be promises kept, the economic realities that face us today are daunting, but they are not insurmountable. They simply call for realistic solutions. Again, working together, we can and will balance the budget. Governor, I'm totally convinced of that. Now, regarding our core value to create a better environment for our local small businesses so they can thrive and they can create more jobs. Our caucus wants to stimulate creation of thousands of new green jobs, repeat, green jobs, by pushing for legislation that puts photovoltaic systems on every roof in the state with no upfront costs. We have the capacity to do this. We need the political will to accomplish it. In this regard, I want to welcome back Governor Lingle to this chamber and thank her for her service for the past 8 years that she served the people of Hawaii and introduced the Hawaii Clean Energy Initiative, whereby we will be clean energy self-sufficient in 20 years. Thank you, Governor Lingle, for setting us on the right path. But we must think and act as world leaders in this area and reject mediocrity, particularly when it comes to harnessing the sun, the wind, geothermal, ocean temperature inversion, and yes, even Representative Thielen's favorite, wave energy. We expect you to be pushing this. But Mr. Speaker, 2001 is our opportunity to excel in this area and achieve new heights in energy self-sufficiency. We must not think small, we must think big. We are the potential world leaders in this. We've got to come together to decide that we will have solar, we will have photovoltaic, because I know we can do it. There's bills and there's methods that can happen, and with the political will, my colleagues, it can be done. However, Mr. Chair, my fellow members, even though we have the potential to lead the world, I'm afraid we need to trim some excess baggage before we can do it. I submit that one thing that could hold us back from world greatness, and remember, APEC is coming soon, it is our educational system. Putting it bluntly, Hawaii has lived off of its good looks for too long, and now we have to start living off our brains. In short, we must help our students accelerate their learning capacity, and to do this, we will introduce legislation that will enable high school students in the 11th grade who pass the SAT and the AP tests and qualify to get into the University of Hawaii, and I saw the existing President Marcy Green here, to get into the University of Hawaii and then skip the 12th grade. The Study Hard and Skip a Grade program also comes with a scholarship to the University of Hawaii. It costs about $10,000 to keep a student into the Hawaii high school system. $5,000 of that will be moved to the University of Hawaii for scholarship, and the other $5,000, Chair and colleagues, goes back into the general fund, which we know is lacking. So this is a win-win for all. Thank you, Governor Lingle. This is the accelerated learning bill, and it's a win-win for our students, for our educational system, as well as the state budget. Mr. Chairman and colleagues, I hope you will join us in this leapfrogging effort to get more of Hawaii students into college and exciting about their futures. Again, thanks to Governor Lingle, we've made great strides with STEM education and especially robotics. So now is the time to build on this effort. Now is the time to incentivize student learning, and now is the time to assist our future leaders solve real world problems. Let's let them skip a grade and get a leg up on their careers. In summary, Mr. Chair, colleagues, your House Republicans have a bold, comprehensive, and robust agenda for this session. We want to ensure taxes are not raised. We want to create green jobs. We want to make sure our public students in school excel, and while at the same time maintaining a fiscally responsible government that is open and accountable to you, the people of Hawaii. The team is laser focused on achieving this, and we look forward to working with every member in this room, caucus, non-caucus, public, and those who have given their years working for the state of Hawaii. We can do it, my fellow colleagues. We must do it. We shall do it. Thank you, and aloha. God bless the state of Hawaii, the people of Hawaii, and this great nation.
Thank you, Representative Blake Oshiro and Representative Ward. Will the Sergeant of Arms please escort Reverend Eric Matsumoto to the rostrum?